Hit that dance, baby. Oh, hit that dance. Hit that dance. Okay, hit that dance. Yeah.
Welcome to Shootin the Shiza.
What's up, everybody? Welcome out to episode 3 of Shootin the Shiza. We got a very special guest in the building.
Oh, you want me to say
Yeah. Can you go ahead? Introduce yourself.
I'm Savannah. My name's Savannah Staples. I'm a cosmetologist. I lived down in Orem/Provo for the past 2.5 to 3 years, and then I just recently moved to Salt Lake City. So
There you go.
Yeah, that's me.
Thanks for joining us. We got some hot takes I'm sure are going to be happening tonight, and a lot of good topics. So, let's get this started. Chase, you want to start us off? We're going to do a little Q&A, is that right, today?
Yeah.
Is that what we're going to do?
Do a little Q&A. But first, for those of you that commented on Instagram that wanting some proof of the claims that the DMs work, Savannah is actually a girl, chick. Who?
Okay, I don't mind the chick term. I don't know why people take offense to that, but I don't mind it.
That's why we like you.
My DMs worked with Savannah, and she's here now, so
yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly, that's probably one of the most, thoughtful, not even thoughtful, but, unique, DM to where I was like, okay.
Which one?
It's like...
Which one did I
the
use?
The one where it's, the options. Hi, you've swiped up on Chase, and, give all the options. I was honestly, sweet. And so I was like, you know what? Whatever. Date. You said date so delicious. And I don't like soda. So I was like, you know what about something else? But it was we ended up talking. So, yeah, it worked for me, honestly.
It works.
Yeah.
It works. I hope you guys are taking notes out there.
Okay, so Q&A today. We want to ask Savannah some questions that some friends of ours submitted that they want to know about. They want to know from a female. So number 1. How do you feel about a guy coming up to you in public where, say you're at the gym or you're at the store and they come up to you in public and start talking to you?
Trying to hit on you.
Honestly, I think, especially nowadays, that's not a thing anymore. So it's it definitely takes some courage for a guy to come up to a girl and start talking to her just out of nowhere, because people don't really do that nowadays. That's happened to me at the gym a couple times, but honestly, respect. I usually always end up giving them my number or talking to them for a second just out of good for you. That takes some courage. So
points.
Yeah.
So you like it.
Points. It's flattering for sure, because it's enough for you to be cool enough to them to want to come up to you and actually talk to you, because it's that's their only chance that they're gonna get. I'm totally for it, for sure. But don't be creepy.
Okay, so so give us
actually talk to them. Be hey, what's your name? Don't, honestly, if you're gonna go up to them in person, don't give them a pickup line. Don't do it. Just don't do it. I think you should just go up to them and be hey, what's your name? You know what? I think you're a really cool girl. You're cute. And just start talking about what she does, whatever, and just get to know her. And then just be hey, can I get your number? Pickup lines, that's just oh my, an instant,
So even if it's
it's good. What if it's good? What if it's good?
What if it's a...
What do you mean? Give me an example.
All right, here's my go-to pickup line.
Okay.
So
in person.
Not in person. I don't do pickup lines in person.
See, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Pickup lines over text is very different, because it's pretty, structured. You're trying to get a reaction out of them, because text you can ignore them, but in person.
True.
Pickup lines are a little bit different.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if they said something
to the effect
this is just me throwing it out there.
Okay.
If they said something
are you my laptop?
Are you my laptop? You're hot and it's making me nervous.
If you said that to me in person, I'd start laughing.
Come on.
I'd straight up start laughing. I would be no way.
All right, so would you respond better to something dang, my thick as oatmeal or something like that? No, I'm just kidding.
No, if you said that to me, I literally would be yeah, try again. I'd laugh because I got the Vine reference, but I'd be nah, try again.
Okay, so they do get point. Is it more impressive to you for them to come up to
Yes.
you in person?
Yes, because
100%.
people don't do that anymore.
Okay, but just a normal conversation. Hey, how are you?
For sure. For sure.
All right.
Okay, so leading on to that, what is the worst pickup line or experience of a guy coming up and hitting on you? Like, what's the worst experience you've had with that?
Honestly, like, I haven't had anything crazy, like, when guys have come up to me in person because it's a little bit more normal. But I've had a few crazy pickup lines, like, on, like, dating apps and stuff like that. Like, guys come up with, like, interesting things. Like, hold on, let me look. It was, like, he was asking me when I was free. Oh, he said, on a scale from America to North Korea, how free are you tonight? Like, how am I supposed to answer that? Like, you know what I mean? I didn't even answer. Like, it was, like, I was just like, what? But, like, most of them are, like, pretty normal. Yeah, isn't that, like, so random? I was like, what?
How free are you?
Yeah, like, on a scale of America to North Korea, how do you even answer that?
America?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, which one do you go? Yeah, that was the weirdest one I got. I think so.
That's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you pulled that up really quick. Did you just have that ready?
No, it was just, like, on my little messages, like, in the thing. That's what I thought of.
Screensaver?
No. I just remember that one.
It's memorable.
It is
though.
memorable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We have a saying that
It's
like,
memorable, but, like, how do you answer that?
all bad things are memorable. All things that are like
Learning
so you want to be
experiences.
memorable. I feel like as a guy, you want to be memorable with your sliding, but in a good way, creative.
Correct. Correct.
I mean, I feel like you could respond either with North Korea, meaning no, or America, meaning yes.
Yeah, I honestly don't even know. I just didn't even answer. So.
Dang, he was probably bummed out about that.
He was. He was probably like, this is the best pickup.
Probably thought it was, the best one.
Okay, so I had a friend kind of talk to me recently about this. I have a friend who honestly kind of lives in the friend zone.
Thrives there.
Okay.
And we don't like to see our brothers in the friend zone.
Friend zone's tricky.
Like it is. So, as far as friend zone goes, can a guy make it out? And how do you establish from the beginning that you don't want to be friend? Like, it's not friendly.
That it's not like relationship, or
that you're trying to be more than friends.
Okay, it depends how the situation starts out. Because it's like if you went on a couple of dates and it just wasn't fun,
Right.
but they ended up being like friends, that's tricky. But if you start out being friends, like say it was like you guys met in like a group, whatever, and you guys started like just at each other on Snapchat, start Snapchatting, whatever, and you guys just like are in a group, like hang out, and then you guys just kind of like develop that friendship. I think it's easier to get out of that way. But it depends like your relationship, because if she's like bro, homie, like kind of says that kind of stuff.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, what's up, dude? And she's not really like, you guys don't really have like that even friendship connection. Like if you guys can't just like spit, you know what I mean? Kind of like go back and forth, have that like banter as friends. It's a little bit trickier, because if you guys have that like chemistry even as friends, it's easier to get out of the friend zone.
So it is possible, is what you're saying.
I want to say yeah.
Wow.
I definitely want to say yes. I actually, since I'm a cosmetologist, I do hair, I actually had a client, she was sitting with me and I was like, hey, tell me about your boyfriend, like how did you guys meet? She goes, actually we were friends all through high school and he actually liked me the whole time and I friend zoned him and all this stuff, and finally he just like kept going at it, and like and then he ended up actually like taking her on a date, all the stuff. They've been dating for like 2 years now.
Wow.
So yeah, and so she like told me, she was like, yep, like I wouldn't like him, like whatever. And then I guess just like as their relationship like progressed, like he finally got out, and then he actually walked into the appointment like an hour later to just like hang out with her, and I was like, hey, congrats on getting out of the friend zone. Like that's awesome. But yeah, I think it's possible.
But I feel like too, if you do make it out of the friend zone, if you manage to get out, the relationship's gonna be successful.
That's true.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
do feel that. You know what
100%.
I mean? Like you're going, if you
Because you got a good foundation.
See,
It's a good
the tricky thing is though, once you shoot your shot past friends, it either makes it weird or you guys are totally together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no between.
Yep.
So it's a fine line to where you decide to push it if you feel like you should or if you shouldn't.
So if you shoot your shot, you get shot down.
It's gonna be weird.
It's gonna be weird. Yeah.
It's gonna be weird.
Price is wrong.
Because that girl, either depending on how she is, she could either milk it and keep your attention, but not want a relationship, or it could just be weird and she won't want to hang around you anymore. So.
Those are the worst type of girls, the ones that just milk it, you know?
See, girls do that.
Yeah,
Is the thing.
yeah.
Yep, I've watched
We've
some of
seen
my
it.
friends do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's sad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how long do you... This guy that you said, he stayed in the friend zone for years.
Yeah.
At what point do you give up?
Honestly, it's definitely an energy type thing. Like, if you feel like you shouldn't say something, like I feel like your intuition, like you should follow your intuition. If you feel like you shouldn't say anything, I would wait it out. Because it's like, I feel like if you have that energy to be like, you know what, I'm ready to push this, then I feel like, you know what I mean? That's something you go for. Because, like, I feel like energy is definitely a thing. Like, if you're putting that out and you feel that connection with them, it's definitely, like, worth the shot. But if you feel like it's definitely not on that other side, I wouldn't push it. I wouldn't.
I just think of this guy. Obviously, it worked out for this
Yeah.
guy.
Mm-hmm.
But years... I mean,
Yeah.
that's
some dedication
persistent,
right
Yeah,
there,
she even, like, dated his best friend for, like...
Oh!
Yeah, she did... No, it was, like, a 2-week thing. It was, like, a 2-week fling, whatever. And he even was just, like, whatever. And then they ended up not working out. And he just, like, kept... Like, they would hang out all the time or whatever. And he ended up getting out, so...
Wow.
Eskimo brothers.
Yeah, straight up. Straight up.
Oh, that is funny.
Oh, okay. So it's possible. It is possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yep.
So
Okay,
so give some advice on like how to.
How to get out of the friend zone?
Yes, because I think our listeners, some of them might be in the friend zone, or even be not necessarily in the friend zone, but be in a situation where they're like in limbo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Where
would
like,
start doing little things for them. So it's like asking them if they like want to go get food, or like if you want them to bring them something. Just like little things that show, like, because nice guys, they do finish last. I'm gonna say that right now. They finish last.
That's a fact. It's
Straight
a fact
up.
of life.
No, they do. They finish last because it's so easy for girls to be like, oh, like want this attention, and then from the player guys, and then it never works out, and then they end up going for the nice guy after that. So
It's the rebound.
Hey.
yeah, so it's like you gotta make that known that you're there and you're wanting to do things for her and treat her good, and just like have that, you know what I mean? Like let her kind of know that you're like there, and then she'll start thinking, like she'll talk with her friends. She'll be like this guy was rude, and then she'll be like, but just like, you know what I mean? Like she'll start talking about you. Nice guys finish last, so be patient.
Hey, Ethan. Shouts out, Ethan. Nice guys finish last. I hope you're listening. Okay, so let's switch gears in a little bit.
Okay.
So let's just say you finally make it on the guy gets out of the friend zone. You're on the date.
Okay.
And what if he just has like the worst playlist of music?
Oh my.
Like, is that how much of a turnoff, if it is at all? How much of a turnoff is that? I mean,
So
he
bad,
just throws
bad
on.
music. Just bad music.
Yeah. Like
Honest-
some Nickelback or something. You know?
Oh my gosh, throwback. No, yeah. Honestly, I have a pretty open mind with music taste, but for me, like, it's definitely a deal breaker for me. What is going on back here?
Ethan's trying to make us laugh.
Anyways, but it's definitely a deal breaker. I've been on a couple days with guys where our music taste is totally opposite. I had one guy tell me, he was like, oh, I'm totally not even into music. I listen to whatever's on the radio, whatever.
Geez.
And he's like, I'm not even into like following artists and stuff like that. And that was the biggest deal breaker for me. Didn't even get a second date.
Yeah.
Nope. Like, I won't even do that. Because it's like, when you're into music and stuff like that, it's definitely a different culture. And so it's like huge. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, if you don't have that like connection,
That's true.
it's a
Music
deal
has a lot
breaker.
of influence for sure.
Yeah, and like I even went on a date with a guy where he was like only listened to like Disney and
Oh boy.
what was the other one? Like stuff from like musicals and stuff. And like
So,
I get it, like it's kind of like that
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of whatever. I get it, but it's just not my vibe. So it's
I get that.
Def a deal
Yeah. I mean, you
breaker.
have to have. I think it shows a lot of the type of person you are by the type of music you like.
100%.
So
Mhm.
yeah, I get that.
Yep.
Hmm.
If you got good music taste, it's that much better.
So it's either like, if they have good music taste, it's a big plus.
Oh yeah.
But if they don't, big minus.
If they got good music taste and they start playing good stuff in the car, I'm like, thank you. Like,
So-
it's just that
So
much
who are
easier.
you listening to right now?
Who am I listening to?
Yeah.
Ooh, I am actually into oldies right now. I went to, If you guys ever in
Wow,
Salt
you're
Lake,
just talking about good music. Okay.
Here we
no,
go.
like,
Here we go. Back
like what the heck? No, like 50 Cent, like kind of stuff like that, like old
okay.
stuff. Yeah, like some Tupac, like whatever, you know. And
old rap.
we went to old rap. We went
I
to
can
this
respect-
place downtown. It's called Sushi Groove. Everybody should go. It's like this cool little place, like graffitied all over the wall, like sushi kind of vibe. And there's a DJ, and he DJs in there. It's the
that's
coolest
dope.
place. Yeah, and he was just playing all these oldies one day. We went on like a Saturday night, and I literally was just feeling it. So right now I'm kind of in the old school rap right now.
Okay, when you said oldies, I thought you meant like the Beatles or something.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no, no,
okay,
no,
that's
no. No, we're not gonna go there.
We're all young 20, so
Hey,
that's
yeah,
old.
that, I mean
That's
that makes
old.
Yeah,
sense.
no, not like
Oldies.
old, but like, you know, the cool, like,
Yeah.
the hip hop,
Hip,
yeah.
yeah. Start with
Mhm.
hip hop
Yep.
ish. Okay, Aaron, what are you into right now? Just so we can
Just
get it out there.
Right now, I've gone back and listened to all of we both kind of been listening to all of Travis Scott's old albums, Rodeo,
Oh, yes.
Birds in the Trap. So I just been going through those again. Yeah,
Travi.
Travi.
Travis Scott.
Yeah, and also ASAP. I've been listening to a lot of.
Oh my
A$AP
gosh, me
right
too.
now.
I've been listening to a lot of ASAP Mob.
Oh
lately.
really?
That's like been my gym go-to right now.
That's
so.
dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Can't
some
go wrong
reason,
with
I
those.
just found his single that he released at the end of last year, Sundress.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I don't know why I didn't find hear
Amazing.
that. Yes. And
Have
it's
you guys
so
seen his
good.
new music video? What
Which
was
one?
it for? Which
It-
song was it for?
Was it Kids Turn Out Fine?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, trippy.
So it is.
His
all of
music videos are
they're always
incredible.
yeah, they are.
Like LSD, that is
Yeah.
like my number one favorite music video. Oh, it's incredible. But yeah, Cozy Tapes. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. ASAP
Yeah,
Mom.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Cozy Tapes.
that's my guy right now for sure.
That's dope. I need to listen to the ASAP Mob.
Can't go wrong with an ASAP.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so moving on, different topic. It's a
Chase-
very
Hey,
very
Chase,
um,
Chase has been waiting to ask this question.
this
all
is a
week.
topic very close to my heart.
All year,
Oh my gosh.
Very sincere. For those of you that know me, you know how big of a question this is, how much mine means to me. So, how do you feel about mustaches and facial hair? Well, facial hair in general, but
specifically mustaches.
Specifically, if you can rock a stash, by all means. Not everybody can, but if you can, go for it. I'm honestly a fan of facial hair. I think it, like the scruff, that whole look, I'm into it. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
It can get scratchy, but you know what I mean.
So can Chase pull off a mustache?
Yeah, I think he did pull off a mustache for sure.
You look 12 without
she
it.
wouldn't be here without it. Am
He
I
looks
right?
like a
If I didn't pull it
baby.
off.
He looks like a baby with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So
Yeah.
keep it on, Chase.
It's definitely like a look though. You kind of have to play up the scruff. You kind of have to, trim it well, groom it well. Other than that, yeah.
I think your facial hair determines like depending on your style too. That's like
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean.
Yep,
Like-
it does go with the style. Yep.
So that's dependent. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
Did you have another
Go
question?
ahead.
Oh, okay. So, we have had this discussion a lot with our friend group.
it's a very very heated discussion.
It is a very heated
Okay.
discussion. I don't know why it's so heated, but it is. So, Vans versus Polo.
Ooh.
or
okay.
or
More broad would
broad
be like a streetwear.
skater
Yeah,
streetwear versus
That-
prep
Preppy look.
like
Okay.
collared shirt.
Give me like
polo,
two
you know.
examples. So I can kind of like picture street, but like prep, like is that
Prep,
like cardigans,
they're
button
wearing
downs?
collared shirts,
Polo. Chubbies with the khakis, but not
Yeah.
with the pocket on the
like
side.
frat boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Button up shirt,
Yeah.
collared shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I am a streetwear fan right now. Like, look what I'm wearing.
That's
I'm
it,
definitely a
yeah.
streetwear type of person. I wear beanies, Vans. I like Vans. Vans definitely has a cool vibe to it.
Yeah.
So,
What about for a guy though?
Yeah, if you
No, street. I think it depends like how you do it. I'm not a huge fan of cardigans. I'm not.
for
That's
casual.
yeah, like for that kind of preppy
Right.
look. I'm not a huge fan of like the button downs all the way to the
Yeah.
neck. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple guys have like showed up like on a date with button down, but depends what it is.
You're like, see you later.
Yeah, I'm like,
Like, Savannah's not home.
What's this guy?
Yeah.
But like, if you can pull off, like, I'm not a huge fan. Like, I know that like khakis and like the tucked in polo and like the belt right now,
Yeah.
that's like a thing. I'm not a huge fan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a huge fan. But some people like can pull it off. Like ASAP Rocky, he can pull off the polo.
ASAP
For
Rocky
sure.
can pull off
that's
anything.
He can pull off
I mean,
anything.
that's-
Yeah, def. But yeah, I'm definitely streetwear for sure on guys.
I want to give a quick shout out to our boy Caleb Reese Witherspoon Lemmy for wearing cardigans.
Hey, iron your shirt, man. Iron your shirt.
Give your grandpa back his clothes, my dog.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I think on the East Coast, especially like that preppy look,
Definitely more a thing.
More of a thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone, I mean, polo, Sperry's,
Mm-hmm.
big
Sperry's, yeah.
Yeah, see, yeah.
But you come out on the West Coast, it's different.
I'm definitely like, how I would describe my is athleisure. I like the athleisure look.
Athleisure,
Yeah, so it's kind of like a mix. It's not all the way Vans. It's more of like a Nike Adidas type of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
I kind of, that's kind of like where I'm at with that for sure.
It is weird when you go from West to East Coast with your, like if you go, obviously I have West Coast style, Savannah has West Coast style. If you go from West Coast to East Coast, like for instance, I moved from California, East Coast, Texas isn't really East Coast, but they're more of the prep.
They're
like they
more
wear polo,
Yeah,
they wear
for sure.
Sperry's. And going there from California being like, just one of, thousands, everyone dressed like Vans, skate,
Right.
And then you go to Texas and these guys are wearing Sperry's, button-ups, chubbies, short shorts, no socks.
Yeah.
Immediately, everyone at the school was like,
How you
the way
wearing-
I dress,
yeah.
this guy's a douche. Like, straight up. That's how it is. I was like,
Well, first of all, how you wearing, shoes with no socks? That's
Yeah.
yeah,
that's
The ankle,
do, right?
the no-shows. The
yeah,
no-shows.
no shows.
yeah.
Not a fan of the no sock look and just...
You gotta have hardcore confidence if you're gonna rock the no-shows and like the little capri thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You
It's
gotta
a
have
good look, though.
confidence.
That's a good look.
Yeah, but you gotta rock it is the thing. You can't go into that not knowing what you're doing.
True. Agreed.
Okay. Chase, you want to ask this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This
This is a great question.
Okay.
All right, so why do girls, when you go on a date
Okay.
and you're like, so what are you feeling to eat? Everything you say, if you want. I mean,
I don't care.
I don't
Where
care.
Where do you want to go?
All right. Here's my.
Why is it so
Here's
much of a
my
struggle?
for sure answer. So, when you go on a date and a guy says, "Where do you want to eat?" you have three different sections. You have three different categories of where you can eat. So it's like you don't know if you're gonna spend money. You know what I mean? You don't know
Right.
if it's gonna be
Okay.
a restaurant type deal. You don't know
Okay.
if it's gonna be like grab a food type deal. So it's like you have your three categories. It's like kind of like an In-N-Out, fast food type of thing, whatever. Even Chick-fil-A could be in there. Chick-fil-A could be in the middle though. But then you could also do like a Cafe Rio type of place, Zupa's type of place, thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then you could also pull like an Olive Garden, Cheesecake Factory type of thing. So there's like the three categories and you don't know where you're going. You know what I mean? So it's like if a guy like goes, "Where do you want to eat?" Like especially on a first date, second date, whatever, when you're starting to get to know him, you don't know what the vibe is. You know what I mean? You don't know how much they're into you or how much they want to spend with you. So what I do is like whenever guys are like, "Hey, what do you want to eat? What are you feeling?" I go, "You give me options and I'll decide." Because then it's like they're offering those places to eat,
Yeah.
and then I decide. Because it's like, obviously I could be like, "Oh, Cheesecake Factory, duh." You know what I mean? But it's like, that's definitely a nicer restaurant. Like, that's
Yeah.
my place.
Yeah.
So it's like some guys could be like, "Whoa." You know what I mean? Like, that's definitely a nicer restaurant. Like, I don't know if I want to go there. You know what I mean? First date, especially. But yeah, I definitely say you give me options instead of being like, "Oh, I don't care." Like, I stopped doing like that "I don't care" thing.
Yeah.
It's more of like, "Okay, give me three options, I'll choose."
Right.
Kind of thing.
Which even I appreciate that more than I don't care. What is
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because it's like then you suggest places that you're thinking in your head to where it's like
Yeah.
you're cool with. So you're only gonna ask like, "Oh, what about this place that you're cool with too?" And then I'll be like, "Oh yeah." And then so it's kind of like a decide together thing.
Right. And a decision gets made quicker
Yeah.
than the I don't care. There's
100%.
there's Taco Bell down the road, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's always I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
It's like confusing when girls are like, "I don't care."
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I
like,
mean? Because
Yeah.
it's like, and
you
some
don't
girls
really not care. Yeah.
yeah, no, exactly. And
Yeah.
you're like, obviously you have places in your mind, but also like some girls like they expect guys to like plan it out, but like guys don't know either. You know what I mean? They don't really know what. You don't want to be like, okay, we're going specifically here, and what if the girl doesn't like eating there? Then she's gonna feel awkward. She's gonna be weird. Right. So yeah.
I do think for a first date, for guys, they do need to go in with like a plan for the date for sure. Like second, third, you probably should too, but like
then it's more like chill.
Yeah. After that, I feel like you can decide together on what you want to do. But I feel like first date, the guy does need to go in with an idea of where he wants to
at
go.
least like structure too.
Yeah, structure. Figure out what you're doing. Don't say, "Well, what do you want to do now?"
That's my biggest pet peeve. Biggest pet peeve is when guys go, "Oh, okay, cool. What do you want to do?" I literally just go, "Oh my gosh!" Like I can't.
Oh my god.
Like I'm just like, oh, because then I live in Salt Lake, so there's so much places. There's so many places to eat, so many things to do down there. So I'm just like, all right, like, you know, you can drive down here. We can go this place, whatever, and just like, you know, do our thing. So that's like my station. But I hate that. Like I hate when guys are like, okay, cool. What do you want to do? Like it's just like, all right, you're hanging out, or you're just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is this a date? What is it?
Well, going along with that, I have a buddy, shouts out Mason, who would, what he suggests is kind of the same thing as like list a bunch of places, but he would rank them from like, okay, you give them Taco Bell, you know, then you start going up, maybe like, you know, I don't know, Olive Garden, and then finishing with like a Cheesecake Factory type thing.
Right.
And if they choose the most expensive one, then you don't take them out for a second date. But if they choose Taco Bell, you know you got a winner. So, shouts out
that is good. That's a good one.
Yeah.
See, but I'm that girl. I'm that girl that's like, you take me cheesecake.
Yeah.
Like the thing is like when I go to Cheesecake Factory, I don't even get like something super expensive. So it's like that's in my mind, but in their mind, it's like, oh, it's an expensive
here
meal.
we go.
Like here we go, like this chick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like the guy at that point too. Like I see there on the girl's side because you're giving them these options.
Yeah.
Which is a total dead end. Like if you're saying if you don't choose the first option.
Or first or second, because you you go from like, you know, Taco Bell, Chipotle,
Cafe
Rio. I mean, you have like from a $5 box
10 to 20.
Correct.
Yeah. See, I'm not a huge like Taco Bell fan. Like I'm not a huge like fast food person. I know, what a shame, right?
Hey, shouts out Nacho Fries.
Shout out Nacho Fries.
But like if we're gonna go out, we're gonna have an experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can get Taco Bell any day. You know, so it's like let's go have an experience. Let's go sit somewhere. Let's go sit somewhere cool, new. Cool, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah.
So along those lines, what is, from a girl's perspective, what is an ideal first date?
Ideal first date. Honestly, I'm a huge fan of food and a movie, or like food and just like hang out somewhere, just like talk. You know what I mean? Because it's like I'm such a people person, so I like getting to know people and just like picking apart their brain, why they the way they are. Stuff like that. So it's like I'm all about the food, so I like going like somewhere like I like, or like somewhere new, whatever, and like a cool hangout, and you can just sit there and just like have a great time, get to know each other, whatever. Food is my go-to. Like
gotta have the food.
Yeah, but it's like not. But like, see, I'm that girl where it's like let's go sit somewhere and have an experience and have a connection versus like, oh, let's just hang out Chick-fil-A and then now what? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I feel like I have better connections with when I go sit somewhere cool and kind of hang out with them.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And eat something good. So that's my ideal first date.
I agree. I think from a guy's perspective, what I always tell my friends when they're asking what they should do for a first date, if they really want to impress her, I would say just, you know, keep it simple, like impress her with your personality. You know what I mean? Because you can take her out as an expensive date as you want, and if your personality ain't there, you're like nothing. You just wasted that money. So in my what I always tell my friends is to go for a first date, go get ice cream, go get a drink, go 100%. Get acai bowls.
Yes.
Something you're not going to spend a bunch of money on, but you're going to be able to have a good time.
Yep.
Have that connection you talked about.
Yep. Acai bowls is a really good one.
Acai bowls is a good one. It's a good one. And you're not eating too much, so you're not stuffing your face. You
Correct.
know what I mean?
It's like a more chill, take a bite here, take a bite there. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what I always tell them. You don't get burned. You can go spend $30 or $40 on a date real quick.
Yeah. Oh, quick.
That. And so, that's why you just do, for me, why I always do just cheap, simple ones. If you like them, then you go
Then you
higher
take a
dates
mask.
after that.
Plus, like, you get caught in weird positions because it's like, if you plan out this whole thing, what if right off the bat you're not into them? You know what I mean? Like, what if their personality's like way different? Then you're stuck with them the whole time. Which that sounds so bad, but I know you guys have been in that position.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, you're not vibing. Like, I've totally been stuck in that situation. And they're like, oh, like, let's do this after, you know, and you're just like how do I get out of this? You know? So it's like when you plan the whole time, like first date especially, it's just, it sometimes can go wrong. So definitely ice cream, acai, whatever. But it's like if you guys have been talking for a couple days, kind of know how they are, whatever, you've FaceTimed once, whatever, then dinner is probably a better option. You know what I mean? But if you've like swiped up on mutual, you're like, hey, let's go out, then you're good. Acai bowl or ice cream is a good way to go, for sure.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Okay, so this is kind of a random question, but do you like it when a guy opens the door for you every time? Is that like what is that? Is that a turn off if he doesn't? Is it like, you know?
Definitely first date, open the door for them. Because
I agree.
if you don't, like, I would say even until like you're comfortable with each other, like to even stop, because like I've had a couple relationships and like once we're serious, like they kind of stop or whatever. But like my brothers, like they're the best. Like they open the door for their wife everywhere we go. Years, you know what I mean? They've been married for like 5-6 years, whatever, and they open their door everywhere they go for them. And so it's like I think that's just a sign of like respect, like, you know what I mean, just like love, just like little things like that. But like definitely first, second, third like dates, definitely do it, because I've had a guy who didn't. I've had a couple of guys who didn't. It's almost like awkward.
On the first date?
Yeah.
I
Like it's
agree.
almost like awkward. Like it was the first date and we like literally we just went and got ice cream, and then we were going back to his car, and like it was just like, all right, like there's like a disconnect. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you don't feel as connected to them or like whatever, like wanting to engage and like, oh hi, like thank you. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like almost like a flirty thing too. It's like almost like part of like flirting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's weird when you don't open the door for them on the first date. Definitely do it on the first date.
Yeah, because I feel like we've heard recently of like girls don't really care about that, or that's not like really high. But that's something I've always tried to do, at least, is to open the door.
Yeah.
Do it.
Sometimes I feel like, from my experiences, a girl's never really been mad about when you open the door for her. Like, they're never going to say, I can do it.
I can do this.
You know, maybe they I've had some say that later on, like 3-4 dates in, where they're like, I got it. Like, don't worry. It's like, okay. Yeah. But it's awkward. If you
I would never be like, I got it. I'd be like, thank you. Like, I'm like that girl.
Because it is awkward if you go to open it and they're just like, I got it.
I think like the car door is the most important. Yes. I definitely think if you're like walking into places or like if you're shopping, like whatever, like they can open the door for themselves. You know what I mean? It's like kind of, it gets awkward almost. You know what I mean? If you're like trying to open every door for them, it gets just like complicated. But yeah, car door, that's just,
No-brainer.
No brainer, exactly.
All right, well, that is pretty much the questions for the Q&As that we had. So we want to do like question of the day. Do you have one off the top of your head?
I don't have one. Not quite. I can think of one though.
I've got one.
Okay.
I've got one.
Okay, and you think of one too to ask us. Okay.
I have a few.
Okay. So question of the day. This is easy. This isn't a weird question at all. But what's your go-to cereal? Cereal, yeah. I'm big on cereal, actually.
I'm not either, but okay, yeah.
I am big on cereal.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I am big on cereal.
We love cereal.
Cereal is your guys' thing.
It's almost a night. It used to be a nightly thing. I really cut back on myself. I really tried to limit myself.
No, definitely cereal. It tastes way better at like from midnight to 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Definitely tastes way better. My go-to probably Reese's Puffs. That was like, I grew up on that. That was definitely a thing. Trix is definitely a thing.
Trix.
Yeah, Trix.
Okay. Wow, okay.
Yeah. We were up at like 2 a.m. one time, me and my roommate, and we were just having midnight cravings, like whatever, like, and so we're like, okay, let's go to the store. We literally got Trix cereal because we're like, that sounds so good right now. And they changed it to just the circles instead of the shapes. They changed it back to the shapes, so we were like, perfect, that's a go. Yeah, so that kind of came back into our lives after that. So
there you go.
Yeah, those are the go-tos.
Aaron, what's your go-to cereal?
You know what? It kind of goes back and forth. Right now, I have Frosted Flakes. I don't love them, but I have them.
They're okay.
They're okay.
They're okay.
They're just okay.
They get you by.
They're very
Yeah.
consistent.
Like, they're not bad.
Consistent.
But I actually like the Special K ones. The one with the fruit.
No. The chocolatey one. The chocolate delight
See,
one.
nah.
Yeah.
That's your problem. That's why you don't like cereals. You're putting chocolate in your cereal. You need to have the fruit ones. Fruit and yogurt.
No.
That's
we're gonna. That's where we go into frozen yogurt. When you go to like those frozen yogurt places, you get the fruit and stuff, huh?
No, because I don't go to fruit. I don't go to frozen yogurt.
But like, if you ever were to go get frozen yogurt, like you would get like a vanilla or like a basic cream, and then you put like fruity stuff, right? Or like toppings, right?
Yeah.
Something along those lines. You wouldn't
Sometimes.
get something hardcore chocolate, right?
If I'm like, unless I'm feeling it or something, I put like the Oreos and stuff on top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because usually people are like either like a vanilla fruit person or
Yeah.
they're like chocolate all the candy bars type person.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down for both, but cereal, just fruit.
They like the fruit. Okay.
Yeah, just fruit and cereal. What about you, Chase?
I mean, I love me some. Right now, it's Honey Smacks.
Honey Smacks.
I love me some Honey Smacks. Yes, I love
is
Honey
that?
Smacks.
The one that was condemned with salmonella a few months ago.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine.
There was a
It was a
recall.
while back.
Honey
It was a while
Smacks.
back.
The name of that just makes me just
Honey Smacks. It's
Nah.
a great. It's a great
Shouts out
name.
Honey
Shout
Smacks.
out, Honeys. That you know.
Nah.
'Kay.
Okay, I have a question for
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wrote them down actually. So like with dating, like when you guys like go on dates with girls and stuff, like first date especially, do you like the girl to be like more outgoing, more talkative, whatever, or do you kind of like leading the date? Like, do you like being the ones? You know what I mean? Like, how
Yeah.
do you like girls to like be? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
do you like confidence in girls, or do you kind of like them to be a little bit less? You know what I mean? More passive than you. Like, how do you feel about that?
It's like our type almost. Is what you're asking?
Yeah, I guess
You want me to go
Go
first?
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I like a girl that's more confident for sure.
for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely like it when they ask me questions too. I like
Right.
there's that give and take, but
Right.
I don't want a girl that's like shy or timid.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of it makes it awkward, especially on the first date if you don't know them
Mm-hmm.
and they're just like really quiet. You're like, did I
'Cause
say
girls-
something? Did I do something wrong?
Because girls sometimes try to be too perfect.
Yeah.
And it's
See,
like the
nah.
perfect, like,
I don't
you
like
know.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me.
Okay,
That's
cool.
not my type for sure.
You like the girl to kind of be a little bit more chill, a little more herself.
Yeah. Real.
Yeah.
More confident in themselves. Yeah. And like if they're goofy, like that's. I don't like a girl that's like, perfect, like tries to act like perfect and stuff. That's like, nah. I know
It's
that's
true.
not you.
Yeah, it's true.
It's exhausting.
It is, yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
is.
And I think the biggest problem or like issue I've seen out here going on dates and like things that bug me big time about a girl is when you go on a couple dates with them and you go on a first, this has happened to me several times, Aaron knows, but like you go on 1 or 2 dates and you feel like you know everything about them. You like are not, they like after that the conversations are just weird.
Right.
And, like they're not asking you anything. Those ones suck too.
It kinda
When a girl,
stalls.
you're asking her questions and she's not like asking you. And it's one thing to just say, "Oh, what about you?" That even that it's
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
Like it's good to that's a conversation starter. Like keep saying like, "What about you?" and then bring up another thing.
For sure.
But just keep saying like,
What about
give
you?
your answer.
What about you?
What about you?
Yeah,
I think
'cause then-
that is
yeah.
a deal breaker as well. Like
Yeah.
I think when you're on a date and it's just like the constant like, all right, next question, next question,
Yes.
and it's like
Yes.
they're not like building upon it. Like I feel like you should start asking questions, and all of a sudden like, oh my gosh, this. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you should kind of like start breaking
Yeah.
off like in other conversations. If it feels so forced, that's another deal breaker for me too.
Yeah.
Like if it feels like you're constantly asking questions, or like I definitely like have a more outgoing like extroverted personality. It's like I've gotten to the point where I've been asking the guys like more questions, like trying to get their personality out.
Yeah.
And it's just like, ugh, like you know what I mean? Like it's to the point where you just like
exhausting,
don't vibe. Yeah.
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 That's true though. You like someone to be confident, but also there's a line with that. I feel like too, because you do. For me, it's not like if a girl is completely taking over a conversation, like you never get a word in. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? but
that's more rare.
that's more rare. That
like
never happens. But
See, I'm that person. See, I like
no, you're
I
not.
talk so
No,
much,
you're
but
not.
I am very self-aware. I like talk so much and then I bring it back. Like I'll be like, oh, da 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 da, and then I'll be like, oh wait, Kate, finish your point because I cut you off. Like you know what I mean, type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
But see, even that, I would almost rather have that than I would a shy girl.
It's almost like a relief.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's really nice to go into a date or hanging out with a girl where you're not wondering what questions you're gonna ask her.
Mm-hmm.
You're not like, oh man, what am I gonna say? Like, what am
Yeah.
You're kind of wondering the whole time, like, kind of get conversation going.
Mm-hmm.
You go in just normal, like you're hanging out with a friend, like when you're boys.
Yeah, I definitely think like that comes with like over like dating. Like when you like start getting used to dating, like as you get older and stuff like that, you become more kind of comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah.
Like I've gotten to a point in my life where I'm so comfortable in my own skin that when I go on dates, like they could go terrible and I'm chilling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
just like, are we for real right now? You know what I mean? Like in my mind, and I'll just kind of play it off, and I'm just like, you know what, whatever. Like I'll stick to myself, like because I don't really like they'll start saying things and I don't like feed off of into what I'm saying and like start agreeing with them. It's like a no, you know what I mean? Just like type of thing. You just like are still yourself. You know what I mean? Which I think a lot of people like kind of easily like drift off to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think you should just genuinely stay yourself, be comfortable in your own skin, and just like I think that's when like you'll be able to like see if you vibe or if you don't, like a lot easier.
Yeah.
And it's just
True. Okay, so along the lines of we're on the topic of dating, kissing on the first date, deal breaker, or like is it? How do you feel about it?
I think nowadays, especially with like our generation, like I don't remember the last time I had a guy who didn't kiss me on the first date. Straight up.
Yeah, it's I feel
Like
you-
straight up.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like it's a fine line because nowadays it's like if you don't kiss them, it's almost like, oh, do they even like me?
Yeah,
or
that's
or
very
it's like,
true.
oh my gosh, he didn't even kiss me because like whatever. But if you don't kiss him, you gotta follow up with that. It's either like not really feeling it, or it's like second date because you have to reel it in. You know what I mean? Because like if you don't kiss me, I'm gonna be like, oh, I don't know if he's feeling me.
He's
You know
not
what I mean?
into it.
Which is sad because like it used to not be that way. It used to be like kiss on the third date, right?
Yeah.
That used to be like a thing. But like
That's
third
third
like that
date,
used to be
yeah.
like the classic like you kiss on the third date. If you kiss them on a first date, like whoa, you know,
Yeah.
like that's not a thing. But now it's like it's such a normal thing. But sometimes it's been weird. I feel like you got to fill that out. Like if you guys have a great time, I feel like a kiss is like all right, yeah, you know what I mean.
You're interested, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like if she's not giving you that body language, I think you got to really like recognize that. If you kiss her, it's gonna be weird.
Don't force it.
Nope.
Don't force it.
Don't force it. Don't force it. Don't
For
do
sure.
it.
Yeah.
Because if she's not giving you like the signals, you'll know. Like I feel like you'll know, and like if you're constantly thinking of like, oh, like what, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
if
good.
she
That's
lingers
good
in the
advice.
car a little bit, or if she like lingers at the door, whatever. I think maybe go for it, but yeah, if it's just not natural, don't do it. But
Right.
yeah, I don't remember the last time I wasn't kissed on the first date. So
I don't like the stigma that people have that kissing on the first date is a bad thing. Like I
Yeah.
feel like you hear that a lot
Yeah.
from people. That's like, oh, if you kiss on the first date, it's not going to work out. It's like
no.
Yeah.
that to me, that's never made sense, and
Uh-uh.
that's never for me.
Very true.
But I know some people have that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my even friends have said that. Like if you do get too physical too fast, if you're only making out on the first, like
Yeah.
you're
It's an ish.
yeah.
Yeah, it's an issue.
So, but I think there's a good.
Wait, did you just shorten issue? To
Yeah, I
ish?
said it's an ish. It's definitely an ish.
Unbelievable.
I shortened way too many words. Yeah, sorry, issue. No, but yeah, I think that like for me, like I don't even think dating's bad on like or kissing on the first date is even that bad because it's like if I'm feeling you and like we had a great time or whatever, it's like I'm gonna be flirty. Like I have a flirty personality, so I'm like, oh, da, da, da. You know what I mean? Like I'll kind of like get that way, and so it's like yeah, like I want to kiss you. You know what I mean? Type of thing. So it's like I honestly don't even mind like kissing on the first date, but it's like if I'm not about it, you'll know. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
it's like, and I think the other person will know too. It's just like sometimes like people get like, rather than it's like, oh, da, 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 you know, but it's like if it's definitely like a vibe type of thing.
So what are for our male listeners out there,
Okay.
the single male listeners.
Single
What are the signs a
Shout
girl? Shout out! Shout out!
Never mind.
Shout
We don't want to put them on blast too much.
Shout out most of our friends.
Yeah.
But
I shout you.
but what are the signs a girl gives when she wants to be kissed?
It's definitely like, here's all the signs. Here's the thing. Like, even right now, I'm facing you right now. Like, it's definitely like a body language thing. Like, wherever they're facing, like in a group of people, if you notice, like where their knees are facing, like if they're facing towards you, if their body language is leaned towards you, that's one thing. Or if they start like laughing at what you're saying, you could even like not even say something super funny or like just something like, oh, like something cool. They could be like, haha, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like, they'll just, but it's like natural. Like, it's like the classic, like, haha, you know, like laugh at what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's like the classic, like, arm touch. Like, they'll be like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like, it's like that's like my thing. Like, I'll be like, haha, you know, and then like tap their arm or whatever. It's like kind of like that connection right there. You'll kind of like brush shoulders with them, just like little things, or if they linger. That's like one thing that like I'll do, like whatever, I'll linger or like I'll look at them, you know what I mean, type of thing. So definitely, look at their, like, I'm not kidding, if you sit in a group of people, you'll know like the girl will face their knees towards the person that they're kind of like into or whatever. Like they'll like definitely be like that, you know what I mean? So if you're in a group of like people, pay attention. He's like taking notes over here. He's taking notes. No, yeah, if you're into a girl in a group, look where her knees are facing, and that's exactly what she's going to be looking at.
Okay, so this is another kind of question along those lines. Girls, how long is too long for... Because I know a lot, like I said, a lot of my friends, a lot of guys don't like kissing on the first date because they have this stigma, they have this in their head that it's not going to work. So how long is too long to make a move, like to them?
Honestly, if you don't kiss me on the second date, I'm going to get bored.
Yeah, okay.
Like, if you're into me and you don't kiss me on the second date, I'm going to be like, all right, are we serious? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay.
That's how you
like,
get the friend zone real freaking quick.
Yeah, it's just, well, it's like you kind of are just like, all right, I'm tired. You know what I mean? Because it's like you got to, like, get that spark. You know what I mean? So it's like, third date is like, you gotta, that's a make or break. But like, even second date for me, like if I go on a second date with you and you don't kiss me, I'm gonna be like, you know what I mean? It's just like, are they even into me? You're gonna question that. So like, even girls, like, they're like, you know, but I don't know. That's like my take on it. But I feel like second date's like pushing it. But like sometimes, like first date, I'm like, okay. Like every single long-term relationship that I've had, they didn't kiss me on the first date. Which is
every single long term?
Every single long term. I've had 3 long-term relationships in my life. And every single one of them, they didn't kiss me on the first date.
But do you think that's just... because they didn't kiss you on the first date?
It could be a coincidence, but like, I always ended up kissing them on the second date.
Okay.
But like, yeah. All of my long-term ones, they didn't kiss me on the first date, but I think that's a coincidence. Like, by the second date, I was like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, you're talking, whatever. But it depends the girl, too. Because it's like, you could have, like, a simple first date and then not kiss and then, like, have a better second date. You know, it just depends, like, the girl. But it's like, if you're feeling her, if you're trying to, you know what I mean, get a little something out of that, like a spark, see where it goes. Yeah.
Okay. Last question. And then we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
What are the biggest, I don't know how many you want to name, but biggest turn-offs for you?
Turn off?
Turn off. So like 3 or 4, just to give our guys things to
think
look
about
for when they,
Honestly, like when things are too, take notes, bud.
Take notes, let's get this notepad.
No, definitely turn off. Like, I think if you can't, honestly, like, if you don't vibe with the person, like, they're probably thinking the same thing too. So it's like, if you don't, like, another thing, like music, that's like another thing. If you can't talk music with me, like, there's a fine line, but that's like another thing where I'm just like, okay. You know what I mean? Because it's like, that's a whole nother world. Right. Another dress style. Style is huge. If you don't have style, if you don't have, like, that kind of, like, at least care. Like, I love it when guys, like, care about how they look, like how they're, you know, what's going on. Smell good.
If they're pulling up in New Balances, that's a turn off.
a little Skechers. You know what I mean? A little Sketcher. Yeah, no. But, like, if they don't have, like, that kind of thing. That's another thing that I look for. I'm like, okay, because that's another sign of like they have confidence in themselves, like they're successful kind of thing. Like if you don't have style, like it tells us a lot about a personality for sure. Another turn off. Okay, if you bug me too much, like don't bug me. Like that's like some girls like want to text you like whatever. Like I had one guy. I literally hung out once, and the next day he was like, "Let me bring you Chick-fil-A to work. Let me come visit you. Like let's da da da." And I literally was like, "Yo, you're not my boyfriend."
Too much, my dog.
Yeah, I was
Too
like, "You're not my
much.
boyfriend," and like it was that like. That simple act is like if we had been on like 5 dates and you're like, oh my gosh, like let me bring you lunch like to work, like just drop it off. Like I'd be like, what? Like me? You know what I mean? Like wow. But like we hung out once and we hadn't even been on like it was a group thing and we hadn't even hung out by ourselves and he was like he was all over. Like he was like, let me bring you Chick-fil-A.
Too attached too quick, my
yeah,
dog.
quick. And that right there, girls are gonna be like, nope. And then that's where the term comes up with like, he's obsessed with me. You know what I mean? He like da da da. No, don't be that guy.
Friend zone.
Yeah, don't do it. And so that's a huge turn off. Like if you're texting me all the time, like I have a busy job, like I'm constantly engaged at work, so I can't text you all the time. And like it'll be hours apart, but then once I'm off work, like I'm cool with that, whatever. But if you're texting me all the time and it's just like, like it's just like a lot, like it's just like another chore. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like let it breathe, let it marinate a little bit. And then it sparks interest. It's sad, but it's the game. Like it really is. Like
that's the game.
You have to be wanted. Like it's the want game, and it's sad, but it's true. Like you have to have that little question. You know what I mean? And then it makes them think about you.
Yeah.
True.
Speaking of style, I mean, you show up repping some Rio Grande Posse, you're gonna get some. Let me just throw that in. Hey, shout out Rio Grande Posse.
That's right. Well, yeah, so thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks, Savannah, for joining us.
Yeah.
Had fun. Once again, if you guys have questions for us or if you want to be on the show, just slide into our DMs. But it's got to be good, though. It's got to be a good slide in. And yeah, we'll catch you on the flip side.
Brody and Bowler out.